Alright traders, I am back and I want to show you a trade setup that is developing. So this looks like a good possible trade setup. So we're going to talk about what we see happening here, then we'll get out of your way. But looking at this is the Aussie New Zealand dollar. We're starting here on the 4-hour time frame. Let me take you to the daily time frame so you can see where we're starting to look at this thing. Alright, so first of all, we're looking at the market's pretty sideways basically. But you could see this strong support and resistance level here at 105.793 and 105.191. Well, the thing about it is that level is really strong. It's bounced off of that level once, twice, three, four, almost more than 4 times. So that level there is very strong. So the market has bounced off of that level. Ichimoku is not really strong in this kind of a environment. This is the daily time frame, and you can see the market sideways. So just looking at this sideways move here, even just from here basically, but I mean this whole thing is really sideways. You could mark it all the way over here and see that we're sideways. I mean, we had to move up to this point, but since then we never seem to get, we went up higher here and we got sideways here. So you could kind of box this off. It would have been sideways here. All right, so we're sideways there. Then we dropped a little bit and now we're sideways here. Isn't it funny how that sideways move is almost the same size? So I'll extend it to this level here, but this move here, right here, is almost the same size as this previous range here. Well, anyway, looking at that and knowing that Ichimoku is not great in this area, kind of a market, in this kind of an atmosphere with the market being in a sideways move range, because you got all these crossovers, and a lot of times these support and resistance levels aren't major levels for you at the when the market's ranging here. So we're going to go to the 4-hour time frame, but basically just look, you could see the market moving higher, bounced off of this support level. Where's the next level you think it's going to go to? More than likely this level right here. I'm going to mark it here around 109.269. So that's where you would think the market would go next, and if it can violate that level, then you would start looking for the market to go to this level up here. All right, so we're going to be looking to trade this long. There's a little rejection here with some selling pressure, and this is a daily candle. So let's go to the 4-hour. Now with the 4-hour, you could see we're in a trend. Basically, you had the market go down, we bounced on that support level down here, and we're trending to the upside. All right, so with that trend to the upside, we're violating bull fractals. We had our little slight pause here, which is a little consolidation, and then the market went higher. Now you can use Ichimoku here because we are moving to the upside. We violated the Kumo. We didn't take the Kumo breakout, pretty much getting away from that Kijinsen. Price is going to retrace. So the retrace level is right here where this cloud is, along with this fractal level here. So this fractal level, I've drawn this in yellow so you could see this fractal level. That is where our trade setup is. If we violate that fractal level here, you may see the market bounce all the way down to the Kijinsen here in this other yellow area. So what we're looking for is our pullback and then enter the market. So we're kind of looking for the market to pull back here, see some price action, and then move to the upside. All right, and if we don't see that, we'll see it pull back to this point, and then we'll see it move to the upside. All right, so what you're going to be looking for when market gets here. Now what happens a lot of times, the market, you can see the market slowing down a little bit, pausing, and it'll fool you to thinking that this is the level where you're going to get the trade. So you'll have your entry, you'll get triggered, and then the market will pause a little bit and pause even lower, and then it keeps going lower a little bit until it gets to this point. All along you're in a losing trade, not a trade that's moving fast, not a trade doing much. Finally it finds support and then it takes off to the upside. So be careful jumping in here too quick, okay, because there's no signal to get in here at all yet. So therefore I couldn't make it a trade alert. So it's a trade setup, because you guys can look for the setup at this level here. This is where I'm looking for my setup, at this level and at this level. So when the market gets to these points, I want to see some nice price action. I want to see candles that are showing like this, a little bit of indecision, a little bit of rejection. All right, so let me give you a good candle that I would look for at that point there. All right, So basically, I don't see anything great that I'm looking at here. So we'll use something like here's some rejection candles here. But basically, guys, what I'm looking for, you guys know what I'm looking for based off of the course, so I'm not going to really get deep. But the thing we're going to look for is a reversal candle. There's all kind of reversal candles, but a lot of them are going to be long wick candles. You can look for an inverted hammer, you can look for a regular hammer, you could look for some indecision candles, you could trade inside out. So there's so many ways to trade at this level. So once price hits this level, I'll probably turn this into a trade alert, send it out to you, put the exact levels, and then we'll know. But currently I do have my levels to trade where I do want to look for profit, and where I do want to look for entry, and that's these two levels here. But now I need to see those levels be held by price action, and then I do have my levels where I'm going to trade my target. Okay, so here's my first target. Once I enter that market in this area, this is going to be my first target, and then this is going to be my second target right here. So we'll see what the market does, if it gives us a chance to get those targets. Alright, so currently the market's moving really slow, nothing really happening, a little bit of indecision here, and it's going to keep doing that. Maybe you'll get a good move here eventually, and we can hit this area and then take off to the upside. So until we reach this area, it's not a trade alert, it's still a trade setup, because our setup is to get to this point, or to this point. So if you get to this point, then you get a bounce here, you get a breakout of the Kumo, Kumo. You're going to have a Kumo breakout to the upside. So it'll be basically, I've already shown you this, but this is a breakout here. When the market comes back into the cloud, bounces off of this Kijun-sen, then you're going to break out. Once it closes above this level here, the cloud, that's a Kumo breakout. That's where you want to enter the market, and then you're going to really want to have your stop loss here. So for some that would be very big, your stop loss will be below that level, and then you're still going to have the same profit targets. So that's why a lot of times I'm patient, wait. I get my price action entry, I might get a better setup, I might get so I get a candle like this. Maybe this is my candle, and then I get something that's rejecting, got a long wick here. So what I'll do now, and if I have a bottom, a tweezer bottom, even without a tweezer bottom, well, if I get this rejection, my entry is up here at the point of this candle, and I will have my stop loss down this to here. And then when the market comes up to me, triggers me, and then I go. Alright, so that's what we're looking for right now with the with this Aussie New Zealand dollar. And guys, be patient. If we don't catch a trade, no big deal. There's always going to be opportunities in this market. So be patient, wait on this, because you don't want to get into a trade and then it takes you farther down to the point where it's going to stop you out, and then the market turns around, because this is really our turnaround area right here, and it looks like it's trying to pick up a little bit. So we'll wait on that. What else here? That's pretty much it. Nothing else I really want to tell you. So I'll keep you updated on this, and once it comes an alert, we'll really get into it. But you should keep your eyes on it now. Alright, this should be one of the pairs that you're looking at. Okay, and also when I have this RSI on here, another thing that I look at, if I'm above this 50 level, this is the 14 period RSI. If I'm above this 50 level, I'm trading long with all signals long on Ichimoku. That gives me confirmation to stay to the upside. When RSI is below this 50 level, the market's usually bearish, and everything's bearish on Ichimoku. I'm trading to the downside. So there we go. Alright, so watch this level. It looks like we're attacking that level. The new candle just opened up, so we want to see this level bounced on. Now a lot of times you're going to see this level violated, then people start to think they could get into the market. That's when you're getting in too early, and then the market drops down to here. You're already sitting in a trade, it takes you out, then it turns around. Alright, so be patient. That's going to be it, guys. If we don't catch the trade, we just wait for another one. I see a couple other ones brewing. We'll wait till they get to our point. So again, be patient. Alright, until next time, guys, have a great one, and God bless. So long.